Hey guys, welcome back to Easel Does It Studio. So today we're going to be doing an axolotl, but I'm going to put eyes in him, and I am going to do his gills, or these thingies, with UV resin. So I'm going to do these in silver, which is the silver that I got from Resin Rockers. So I'm hoping to get no bubbles by doing the UV resin in these antler thingies, the gills. And then I'm going to pour him black and white. So I'm making him so he fits in with like my decor, because my house is gray walls, black trim, grays, silvers, chrome, all that. So that is what I want to do because I have not made one for myself yet. So I am, because he's like, I don't know, I've only got so many of these little eyes, so I guess I'm going to use these little yellowy ones, I guess. No, not that one. That one. I think we're going to use those because that's about the only ones that's going to really like stand out. So we are going to, and the eyes are going to be a little bit bigger than like our little eye hole thingy, but I want to try to get it so that the little pupil is going to kind of be in the middle. So that's my thought anyhow. Oop. All right. So I am going to get my little UV light just to get the eyes to adhere. And then once I cure it, once I get the gills thingies filled, then the eyes will cure a little bit more. So I am just going to use my UV high viscosity, and I'm going to try and get these in. All right. So let me see if I can try to make it so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm just putting a dot right where that eye would go. Now I do see a bubble in there, so I'm going to try and get the bubble out, which I did. Okay, so let's, I'm going to try to get a pair of tweezers and see if that might help drop that in there. All right, I guess I can't play with it too much because I'm just going to move the UV resin around. And I want to make sure that there is enough like around that eye so that when I pour my colors, it doesn't go and cover up my eyeball. because there's not a big space in here. I mean, I am like grasping at straws to get a little eyeball in here. And let me get that bubble out. All right. And let's cure. And hopefully they're somewhat symmetrical. But you can see they're in there. All right. So we've got our little visualization. All right. So I'm going to put the cap on this because I'm done with that one. I don't even know if I'm going to have enough, guys, for this. I don't even know. I'm hoping. Oh, well. All right. And I'm trying to get like down in the tips. Getting some in each of them. And then I can take my tool and like make sure that it's down in those little spots. All right, maybe I'm gonna use this because it's a little bit taller. Not taller, longer. Yeah, that, you know. All right. Like I said, I don't know if this is going to make a difference or not, but I figured I would give it a try. Can't hurt, right? So I know there's a bubble there because I can see it. Because every one that I've had has had some sort of like little tiny bubble. And I don't want little tiny bubbles. So I figure if this works, then no matter what I'm making, if I'm making another one for someone else, I can just, you know, color some UV resin, whatever color they want, and do it this way, and then maybe I won't have any bubbles. All right, so I think we're good. So I do want to keep it at somewhat of an angle. So I'm just going to pull my tray out. And I'm going to put him under there, kind of holding him at an angle just to get it to cure and set. For a little bit, and then hopefully we have enough to do the other side. All right, so I need just a little bit more in this little section here. All right. Oh, looks good so far, guys. All right, so I'm going to get the little one first. And then I'm going to get some down in there. So see how the tips, you can see those bubbles? Just trying to squeeze them out. And it's gonna look like I'm gonna have enough. And I got a big bubble there. All right, now it looks like there's no more bubbles. I do have to wipe up a little on this one because it definitely kind of overspilled a little bit. Let me get a Q-tip here and see if that'll, oh yeah, much better. All right, let me get that one curing, and then I'll fill that little one in again. So then I will mix up, it says 4.5 ounces. I'm going to mix up 5 just because the last time I did that, I knew I needed more. All right, so I'm just gonna finish filling that little spot up. And I'm gonna cure it to set with this, and then I'll pop it in while I mix up my resin. So that way there, it'll give it a good 5-minute cure. And I know it's gonna be cured all the way through. All right. So let me go ahead and I'll get my resin mixed up and I'll be right back, guys. Okay. So I ended up mixing 5 ounces of resin. So I've got 3 in here and 2 in here. I'm going to do 2 in the black and the 3 in the white, but I'm also going to add some of this. It's by Recollections. It's Pearl Sparkle, and it really gives that white a nice shimmer. So, and I forgot I had this white paste. I've been using my ocean white, so I was like, oh, well, let's try this. Let's try it. And there's no name on this brand. I got it on Amazon. So I can't tell you what company because it doesn't say. It's the same as the black that I got, but all right. Oh, wrong one. I'm most screwed up. I would have been doing it backwards. All right, so let's go ahead and get some of this in here. And I want a good amount because I want to have that shimmer. All right. Oh. So we're going to get this all mixed up. But see how pretty that makes it? Kind of gives it like a pearl or pearlescence. So it's white, but it has that shimmer, that sparkle through it. Without having to, you know, add crushed crystal. And I'm going to add just a little bit more. All right. Yeah, that's better. I don't know if you guys can see the sparkle in there, but there is a really pretty sparkle. And that's a nice opaque color. So I'm contemplating how I'm going to pour this. Do I try to dump it in a bigger cup and just marble it? I don't know. I mean, worst case scenario, I end up with a gray axolotl. So, not the worst case scenario. So, you know, it is what it is. All right. All right, now, How on earth am I gonna pour this so that it mixes? Let me get some up in 1 foot. It might look like a skunk, who knows? So I knew I would have a little extra, which is fine. I'd rather have too much than not enough. So let's just make sure his little toes are filled in. So when I tried like mixing colors like this, doing something different, I try and do it on one that I'm making for me. So if it comes out like caca, it's okay because it's for me. But then I know, okay, this worked, or no, that didn't work. So, you know, do it different next time. And I'm just trying to get this extra out of here. I mean, it'll clean up fine, but why waste the resin in here when I can put it back in the cup? All right, so he is nice and full. I'm kind of liking how this is swirling. My only thing is before I should have got under here for his chin. I didn't even give that a thought. So I am going to just try to get, because that's where the bubbles like to hang out. And I'm just being careful. I don't want to go and hit those ears. I'm not the ears, the, you know, the thingies. The antennae, not the antennae. Oh my word. The gills. Yeah, that. Wow. All right, so hopefully we have no trap, nothing under there. Half his face looks white, looking down at an angle like that. So his little eyeballs look like they're really poking out. He's got some white in his tail. So hopefully he will be a cute little bugger. All right, so I've got a little bit of this and a little bit of this, and not really enough to do a crap load of anything with. What to do. All right, I did bring out my little flower molds just in case. Okay, I think let's try pouring this one. And I'm going to just see if I can just marble these two together. So I am using the Craftor resin. I'm really liking it, especially when you want a little thicker resin. So there is a discount code in the description box as well. If anybody is interested and wants to try it. All right. So I just swirled just a little bit, and this one is a keychain one, so I was trying to get it so it wasn't going to run all the way back in, just so I could get the bubbles out of this. And by doing that, I kind of messed up my marble look. And I forgot to spray it with alcohol first. Let's see. Trying to find, this one's a keychain too. So let's, I'm gonna spray this with alcohol. There's something in here. All right. So yeah, I figured this would just be a nice quick video. If my axolotl comes out good, I'm gonna decorate him. So all right. And I guess we are gonna leave that. And I'm just going to leave these overnight to cure. I will just watch my flowers for like 5 or 10 minutes. Because with these flowers, the bubbles, they work their way up pretty good as long as you're here to like pop them. I'm just trying to make sure that There's no bubbles. Alrighty, guys. So I will be back in the morning for me, but for you, it will just be a minute. And we will see how Mr. Axolotl looks. Alrighty, guys, I'll see you in a minute. Okay, guys, so I ended up unmolding this because he's difficult to unmold. So I figured I would do it off camera, but look at this cute little face. So I did get a bubble here, which kind of stinks. And I got one bubble underneath there. So I think if I would have been using a transparent, and there are some little bubbles underneath this. I think if I was using a transparent UV resin, I would have gotten no bubbles. So I did not get any bubbles here, but I did get the micro bubbles inside on this side, just one side. But that's fine. You don't even feel them, so it just kind of gives it some character. But look at how sweet he came out. And this is kind of cool. Just a little bit went in there. So he's got 2 black and 2 white feet. But the eyes came out really, really good. So we're gonna bling him out. And then I ended up making 2 flowers with the extra, and I made them into keychains. So I am going to top these with some silver. So I figured I'd just get those made, and then we'll just decorate these up really quick. So I'm just gonna just on the tips, basically. Just to kind of bring it out a little tiny bit. I mean, they really don't need anything. They're beautiful, just the way they are, but I figured, why not? You know, just something, and you really, really can't even see it. We might see it more on this one because this one's a little bit darker. I'm just getting the high spots. It's all so I'm just kind of brushing right over the top, and wherever the silver hangs on is where it's going to be. Just like that. Just kind of has it stand out a little bit. All right. So I am going to use these little stones. I'm probably gonna. All right, so I'm going to, I want to do the toes. Oh, I didn't want to pull that off. I just wanted to pull this off. And I'm contemplating putting some down the spine area. I don't know. I think we're going to do the toes, and we will see how that looks, and then we can go from there. And I did sand the back down a little bit. Just putting one dot. These almost look too big. And they're the smallest that I have, right? Let me see, are these smaller? Come on, flip over. Yeah, those are the same size, so. Unfortunately, that is the only small ones I have. And this is just liquid fusion. And I just put it in a smaller bottle. All right, let me get this one. And that one's hard to get to, so yeah. And hopefully they stay on there. Oop. And don't slide around. And I don't have any like little tiny charms, but I did have this little butterfly. So I'm going to put this on the top of the head. And we'll probably give it some earrings or something. I don't think I'm going to go down the spine. I don't want to do too much and take away from the beauty. All right. So we got our little toes all blinged out. And let's see. I was thinking about trying to get it on the nose, but it's going to slide off. So let's just put it right up here. Oh, that's not what I wanted you to do. All right, so let's get one or two on the little gills and just see how that looks. Yeah, I think that will work. And this one here, I'm gonna try to put it up a little higher so it just kind of covers that little missing part of the gill. There. I think we done got her all prettied up. And yeah, just give her nostrils a little bit more definition where the mouth is kind of in there. That one moved. Whoa. There we go. Come on, flip over. There we go. All right, and I'm gonna let that dry, and I will get you some final pics. So let me know what you think. I think she is awful pretty. I do. I love this right in here. It almost looks like a scale look. And you can see the shimmer in here from that iridescent powder that we put. So yeah, this is the project for today. I hope you enjoyed it. And I do have, this should be in my description box, and I do have a discount code if anybody wants to get one of the Let's Resin axolotls, and they are having a sale right now. So if you wanted to get them, now would be the time. So don't forget, save yourself a little bit of money and use my coupon code. Alrighty, guys, I will see you on the next video. Bye.